Welcome, I'm the Deadwood Jedi, and this is another Raid Shadow Legends video. I am blessed, as are you all, to see and listen to and talk with the one, the only, the wonderful, the eloquent Cold Brew Gaming. Thank you, sir, for coming on the channel today and chatting with us.
Thank you, Deadwood. It was long overdue for doing a collab like this. Thank you for having me over at your channel. And we're going to talk all things Raid and maybe more. We'll see how it goes.
Excellent, excellent. I mean, look, I want to hear about the family. I'm sure everybody else does as well. So we can go. Do you like cats? Are you a dog person? I figured these are things we should know.
I love all animals, but I've got cats here at the moment.
Actually, that's true. I've seen your cat on stream before. I knew the answer to that question before I asked it. But I figured what we could start with is we could talk about some of the new champions because we keep getting more of them. We just got a big dump of like 20 this last time. I think 20 over Christmas, and then we're about to get another batch with a new faction coming sometime in March. I guess the first question is, how do you feel about all these new champions constantly being added to the game?
It just keeps making the game. I don't know. There's so many new champions every month. It seems every month they'll be releasing 20 champions forever. So we need to keep catching up with that. But I wonder when they're gonna stop and if they're planning to stop at any point. Because if you just want to release new champions every month, then it's gonna make it weird for players who actually want to try and pick up on a specific champion to help them out, like a Hedgehog, a Sifi, a Valkyrie, which I'm also trying to get myself.
I agree. It's pretty challenging. Like I'm finding I'm struggling. Like we have this 10 times event going on right now. It's basically a 10 times event for Krisk. I mean, I don't care what anybody else says. That's what it's basically for. And I didn't get any luck, and I feel like I'm pulling. My odds are even harder than they were before because there's so many new champions in there. It's kind of a little bit of a mixed bag. I mean, at least most of the champions new are good. I've been really happy with this last batch. Specifically, I thought it was actually a really good batch of champions.
Yeah, the last batch I think was better than the previous one that we had. I want to say that. Yeah, definitely. Although I didn't give too much attention to the champions that were released, I think that the latest batch was great. I tested out Cardiol myself. In a video, somebody gave me their account, tested it out. I find his use is just too great to miss out. He's one of the better Void legendaries.
Yeah, I agree.
Comparing to other champions, so you shouldn't be disappointed if you pick him up.
Well, I've been really happy. I mean, I know there's so many options of these champions, but like Cardiol is just phenomenal as one of the new ones. Like you said, he's really good everywhere with an ally attack and revive. Or not, revive on death, block, debuffs, ally attack. He has a passive where he just does random attacks, which is really fun to see. Not to mention the speed aura. A lot of speed auras in this, which I thought was interesting. Deacon Armstrong looks really, really cool with the turn meter fill an extra turn, decreased defense leads. Like, he's just doing stuff all the time. I kind of felt the same.
Really solid.
Yeah. Even the fusion one, Logic Falconheart, I thought was pretty good for an epic champion. So just like a lot of stuff and a lot of dwarves finally, right? We got Fodbor the Bard, who's not great, but Runekeeper is pretty good. New ones. Yeah, but they're new at least,
We also got that epic in the Sacred Order that she does a reset of skills.
Oh yes. Are you talking about Godseeker and Neri?
Yeah. I think she's unique in that, right?
She's phenomenal, man. Yeah.
Do we have another champion that does a complete reset of skills on revive on a single champion? No, we've got Kymar, but
right. Yeah, not to my knowledge, not on a revive kind of combination. She is phenomenal. I mean, she suffers from what all these champions seem to suffer from these days, which is a complete over need for books. A real passion for reading. Other than the major passion for reading, they're just phenomenal champions, I think. Not all of them, of course, but one of my favorites actually. I don't know that many people realize this, but I think Claude Beastkeeper is his name. I think is just one of the best additions to this game. And like,
Is he?
okay, look, check it out. So he's got a base speed of 110, which is like insane, right?
Right.
1,000 defense, 21,000 HP. So the base stats are like off the charts already. He's got a solid passive, which does a little heal on champions. The best thing is this A3, increase speed buff and increase accuracy buff on all allies for 2 turns.
Oh.
3-turn cooldown. This guy, to me, because I remember when everybody was losing their stuff over Kurzad, that epic, the rare
Yeah.
dwarf. Yeah, this guy is like a legitimate speed lead that brings increased accuracy to your team. Like, I don't see why this guy isn't like meta in arena right now. Speed,
Yeah, he would destroy arena.
Yeah.
Thinking of it, if you don't need Elisandra to decrease the enemy's turn meter, you can use this guy for the speed boost, speed buff, increase accuracy to help out your, let's say,
Yeah.
Madame, and yeah.
That's what I'm saying, man. So you get Arbiter to give you the speed boost, right, in the aura. You bring this guy to give you the speed buff and the accuracy boost, and then at that point, Madame's stripping, or whoever else, right? All of a sudden, your Ray is doing a lot more work for you. She becomes
Yeah.
way more important. I mean, I don't know. I'm loving that guy, but I'm really excited. Like, at least these champions are giving us something new. Like, I think you had mentioned before, like, just as long as these guys do something different, it's nice having
Yeah.
them.
That's what I want to see. I want to see unique kits coming into play, not just champions releasing maybe a reskin. I don't really mind the reskins. I do mind, but don't really mind as long as their kit is different. I mean, the skills that they do are different than before, so it's not another defense down champion, attack down, whatever. I like that they give more options to the players, but still it does the same thing
Yeah.
at the end of the day. So I want to see more of that. What I wanted to see, honestly, is I don't know if you remember at the time with I think they said that they would bring something different in terms of clan boss progression to get away from that counterattack buff. So we only have 3 champions right now that do give a counterattack buff to the whole team.
Yeah.
So they were gonna try and give some other options for teams to compete in terms of damage, but we didn't really get that. Valkyrie is still number 1, right?
Yes.
Even though we have the unkillables right now, like the Bad Eater, which don't use a counterattack buff, the number 1 team is still using Valkyrie, which is a counterattack buff plus the shield.
Yeah. I mean, you're right.
So I would like to see something there that brings more variety to teams in terms of either buffing or debuffing the boss.
I mean, you know, it's one of those things where it's like when you have a champion as great as Valkyrie is, it's going to be hard to supplant her in the meta, right? Like, she's always going to be great, and you're not going to beat that. But I think that's okay. I think you're right, though. Like, if we could find some way to outpace, like, a Martyr or Skull Crusher, that would do a lot for just people's progression in general. I think I think they've actually been trying to do that. Because if you know, we've been getting a lot of ally attack champions. I think that's kind of where they're thinking this could be an alternative to counterattack. What doesn't make sense to me is why we just don't have, like, 2 more counterattack champions in the pool.
Fusion.
The fusion would be great. Like, if we could add one more epic or 2 more epic, or like an epic and a rare counterattack champion, I feel like that would be really massive for us in this game. They don't even have to be as great, right? Like, Skull Crusher doesn't put counterattack on himself, so maybe we have another epic that's kind of similar, or they put counterattack on 3 of your 4 allies or something like that. But I feel
I was actually looking into that. Like, I think a week ago, I was trying to see is there a champion that gives counterattack buff to somebody else, and I think it's only Jizzo, the lizard.
Yeah, I think it is.
I think there's no other champion in the game that gives a counterattack buff to somebody else.
Yeah,
right?
I think you're right, because Sineshal, I think, gives it to himself, right?
Yeah, there's lots of champions that give it to themselves, but to somebody else as a way to just buff them.
Yeah, I think
There's no other champion.
I think you're right. That's such a weird thing. You'd feel like that would be an easy fix, right?
Yeah, just add a few more champions that can give maybe one counter attack buff or two, depending on maybe some kind of fun interactions with champions.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what I was thinking because there's a lot of like ally attack. Like you have Hyria and there's a couple other ally attack champions that will like, select 2 or 3 champions and they've been able to scale it
Yeah.
down. It seems weird that they haven't been able to do that with counterattack, but maybe we'll get that with this new faction, right? Maybe that's one of the ways they'll try and really promote this new faction is give us some more counterattack champions.
Yeah, as long
Here's
as
hoping.
here's hoping. As long as we get something that's fun, maybe we get something new in terms of content with it, not just a new faction, so more summons. Who knows? I think they're planning something here for March or April, so
Yeah.
it's gonna be a fun what next month
Yeah, I think so.
in 10 days.
How do you?
Yeah.
How have you been enjoying the game? Has the game been more fun for you lately, or how do you feel about it?
Honestly, on my main account, I haven't been doing anything extreme other than just pushing platinum. That's the most fun I've had on my main account.
Congratulations, by the way. Well done.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's been fun trying to figure out if my champions and gear is indeed platinum worthy. So it is. Oh, showing off that icon.
I figure I should celebrate by putting mine up there. So.
Yeah, yeah. So it's fun trying to compete. I know there's a ton of issues with arena. I don't want to talk about those because what I want to say is that I've been having a lot of fun playing a free to play account. I have a series going on my channel right now, so I've been doing a video every day of that, and I've been getting a good amount of feedback from it, even from players who are end game, saying,
Really?
yeah, they're like, they're enjoying to see the progress on a free to play account and seeing the decision making behind it, because everything is a decision when you're free to play.
Yeah.
Instead of, oh, there's a pack for that. Is there going to be a pack for that?
I think that's
Like,
very true.
yeah, because most of us, when there's something going on, we're in the content creator chat and asking, are we going to have a pack when the 10x is coming? It's like the pay to win solution. But
Yeah.
the free to play is totally different. You have to do a whole different mindset behind everything. And it's a different amount of fun, but a lot of time spent. So
That's fair. That's fair.
yeah.
Yeah, I have to say my fondest time so far playing this game has definitely been when I was like I guess when I was like mid game, not the earliest parts, but like once I was like doing Nightmare Clan Boss, that was like because everything I did lent to progression, right? Like I was pushing my dungeons, I was pushing my gear on my teams. Nothing was finished. I always had somewhere to improve, and I really enjoyed that part of the game myself. So, how far along are you in your free to play? Are you still like one day I'll beat normal campaign type of level, or are we
No,
past
no, no.
that?
In the free to play, I've just beaten stage 18 of the dragon.
Oh, okay.
So I'm slowly working there. I'm doing almost a 2 key brutal.
Okay.
So it's doing well. It's doing well. Trying to get more than 5 champions with masteries right now. I've got 5 level 60s
Yeah.
so far, so that's good progress. I've
That's
got 3
really great.
legendaries on it.
What'd you say?
I've got 3 legendaries on it. I've got Iron Brago, Saito, and Lord Chamford.
That's 3 great champions for progression. Oh man.
I got extremely lucky during the 2x on Sacreds, and I got Saito and Lord Chamford, and Brago I got out of the fusion.
Sure.
It was
sure,
an
sure.
easy fusion.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty.
But
That's pretty great, though. That's
yeah,
pretty great.
yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Jesus. Well, I mean, I can't really talk. Like I think my first 2 Legos were Drexthar and Valkyrie. So I mean, like getting a little bit of luck definitely helps.
Drexstar and Valkyrie. My first legendary was on my main account. I'm talking always. My first legendary was Ghostborn, and
Oh.
guess what? My second legendary was
Draco.
Ghostborn.
Go. Oh God, no.
Yes, yes, that was my Like, what are the odds?
That
I
hurts.
have a video of that. It's like you see the disappointment on my face. It, like I was summoning shards, being excited about picking up a rare to finish off Razin, and then I see the legendary glow. I'm like, oh my god, my second legendary, and it's the one I already had. Straight to the vault.
That's sad. That's sad. Oh my
Yeah,
god. That hurts me a little bit in my soul right there.
it
Um,
hurt me. It hurt me for sure.
how long have you been playing Raid? Did you start when the game started?
And I've been playing since May 2019. So
Okay.
almost 2 years.
Okay. I think we both started about the same time then. That sounds about right.
I
Uh,
didn't do content though at
no.
that time.
When? How long did it take you to start doing content? Because I feel like you've been doing content forever now.
I started doing content about August 2019, so a couple
Mm.
of months after I started playing, but it wasn't consistent at all. And um, yeah, it was very. I still have those videos up. It was very basic, and I'm not proud of them, but I'm not taking them down.
Dude, I believe me, I feel the same. I look at some of my first videos. I'm just like, oh, what is going on?
Yeah, so
What
I
is
was
that?
more consistent, I would say, after January 2020.
Okay, okay.
Once I bought a gaming computer that I could actually do my proper editing and stuff. That's where I focused more and did more consistent uploads. That's
Did you
when
do
I did more content. Yeah.
did you do content at all before this, or was this like the first game?
No, I
What?
didn't do anything before.
Why did you decide to? What made you change your approach?
I was like, okay, I have some ideas with the game. I don't see anybody doing videos. I might as well try it, and that's what I did. Because I was like, oh, I have a Ghostborn. I can show this team that I have with Ghostborn and Seeker. So one of them boosts, the other one applies defense down, and I do damage. That was my first video.
That's
It was
great.
like a Raid Challenges nuke team, something like that.
Well, I mean, I have to say, like, there's a lot of people that I think get pigeonholed into like certain categories, right? Like I'm the clan boss guy, right? Like I don't care what
Yeah.
else. It doesn't matter what else I do. I'm always gonna be the clan boss guy. That's gonna be my niche. I think you're unique in the sense that you don't fit one particular niche, and you are able to talk about a lot of different stuff in this game and talk with authority on it. And so I mean, obviously you are the uncommon guy,
Yeah, I was
the
gonna say
armature
that.
king. But
I'm like more niche that way. Yeah.
but I've been following your stuff. I it sounds like since you really started doing content, but I've been following you for a long time, and you talk smart about all these champions, all these approaches to the game. Like the fact you just made platinum is surprising in the fact that you hadn't done it before, not in the fact that you did it. You know what I mean? And obviously, like you have a good knowledge of the game. If you're able to use a team with like 4 armigers, you obviously know what you're doing. If you can make that work for you, I feel like you can make almost anything work, because you have to really maximize what the game is providing you, and a thorough understanding of the rules and the mechanics is important. And you're
Yeah,
good at
that's what I
that.
like about the game. Honestly, it's not. I don't mind the auto feature. No, it's not. Honestly, gaming in strictly in that category, but
Right.
it's more of a making a team work with the knowledge that you have, and then just clicking play and seeing it in action, seeing that knowledge that you have. Okay, you're thinking. It's more on clan boss especially, but you're saying, okay, I do this and this and this. I know that the result will be this, and then once you see it in action, it just makes it a ton of fun for you.
It's satisfying, You're like, oh, hey,
Yeah.
look, here's this problem. How do I solve it? And then you solve it, and it works, and you're like, oh, I did it.
Yeah,
I did it. Excellent.
exactly. And that's what starting from dungeons, you see that as a problem, you solve it, then you go to the next one. And arena, fighting a team, that's a problem again. And that's what I love about the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need a specific solution. Maybe Hegemon is the solution. But yeah. You
Yeah.
can't always have that. So you try to find alternatives.
Well, I mean, I think that is one of the fun things, especially with having so many different champions that do different things, is that the solutions aren't always very apparent, and but there's almost always an alternative method. We just maybe haven't found it yet, which I think is really interesting. When people started bringing out Metal Shaper against the Scarab King, I'm like, what? Who? What is Metal Shaper? What is Metal Shaper?
Yeah.
I don't have Metal Shaper. Like, what is going on right now? So
Yeah, when I put out that video for, I think it was the first days of Doom Tower, I put
yeah,
out the Scarab King video. I was like, guys, use this. This is the setup that I'm using. I was seeing like 7-minute teams in the top 10, and then I see my team in the top 10. I was like, oh yes, Armiger is in the top 10 of the Doom Tower in time. I
yeah,
was so happy about that. Just showing that you can do it that way, and I'm so happy that they didn't nerf it.
yeah.
They didn't change anything on the boss, so I think they recognize that that's a solution for that boss.
Yeah. Well,
On
not
how it
only
is
did
right
they
now.
not only did they recognize that's the solution for that boss, but they put out a fusion champion that's perfectly designed for that in Logic. Because
Yeah, that's good.
Logic,
That's good by them, by the way.
I
So it's
agreed,
yeah,
Logic Falconheart's got that 2-turn shield as well that he prioritizes and uses, and he brings other stuff. So he's like a perfect epic version of Metal Shaper, right? He's like he does the same things, but brings just a little bit more to the table.
exactly.
Which is like that's the kind of design foresight we need more of. But that's really great. But yeah, I mean that. I don't honestly. I don't know how you even like came up with that idea of like Metal Shaper being a choice because this guy's trash. He's been trash since the game started. Like, why would I ever have you?
I honestly started thinking with I started thinking all the past fusions, and I thought, okay, they gave us those fusions for a reason. And I was trying to think, okay, we've got Vergamkar, he gives a shield. We've got what was the other guy, Drokgul?
Yep.
He also has a shield, but they have a 3-turn shield or a 2-turn shield, but the cooldown is one more than the duration. So how am I gonna do that? Make that work? Do I take a decreased cooldown champion in there? Do I was trying to make them work, all of those work. And I was like, what's the easiest way to do that? Then I was looking at the champions that have the same duration of turns as the cooldown. And then okay, I've got Metal Shaper. Let me try that guy. Because
Yeah.
I didn't think of Miscreant Monster, although I did have Miscreant Monster. I didn't think of him. And I went straight to Metal Shaper and then used him, and it worked.
It works. It
And
works
I
great.
also tried to do, yeah, and also wanted to show a bare minimum team. That's why I used Haikatun in there, Armiger. Allure is not bare minimum, but it's not a legendary.
Right.
So I didn't want to showcase the Lissandra in there or something else that's more hard to get.
No, I think that's such a great team. That's such a great combo. It's funny. I also think like, it's been interesting like the changes they made. How like there's less turn meter manipulation, or at least like the max HP hits aren't as hard. The Nether Spider starts with the Spiderlings out there type of thing. Trying to find ways to allow the mechanics of these bosses to actually go and happen. Is kind of interesting, and like one of the advantages of like a Metal Shaper over like a Miscreated Monster is even though it's a longer cooled, even though Miscreated Monster can put up a bigger shield, the shorter cooldown means that even if it gets broken, even if the boss takes an attack in there, if you don't have an allure and you're gonna take some attacks, at least like that shield's coming up faster again, so you have a chance to put it back up and not be completely wiped out right away.
Right. Yeah, talking about the changes in Doom Tower, I wasn't too disappointed with those. As long as we keep on working on solutions, I'm fine with that. I would like to see that in all the other dungeons as well. Or the clan boss, maybe make unkillable not viable anymore on another stage of the clan boss. Maybe bring level 25 of the spider so that turn meter reduction is not possible. Stuff like that to bring more variety to the setups. And
that's not a bad idea.
With whole dungeons, you can do that.
I mean, that's not a bad idea. I don't. I mean, gosh, the minute they touch Clan Boss, there's going to be a riot with pitchforks out there and torches and stuff. Like because so many people use those unkillable setups because they're so effective.
Right.
But I think the real solution would be to see another version of the Clan Boss, right? Like they've been talking about the Hydra Boss for a long time, and I'm just like, please, can we get that? Can we get that?
It's gonna be at least 6 months.
Oh, I know.
Now.
I know. I mean, I think 6 months is
very best.
6 months may be optimistic, right? Like,
is it? Okay.
I mean, look, I don't know. But like, that's the thing is, I don't know. They never tell us, when these things are coming.
Exactly.
Just that it's coming.
We just learn a few days before, and that's it.
Exactly. It's
not lately,
not frustrating at all.
The communication seems to have dropped with us.
Kind of does, right? I'm like, I don't know. They used to tell us a bunch of stuff like ahead of time, so we get a little bit of notice 1 or 2 days at least before, or maybe a week ahead of like when they'd actually make official announcements stuff. Now it's, they basically tell us the same time they tell the public, They put a Discord announcement out there the same time they're like, we're like, oh, what's a 10 times event? Oh, we'll let you know. Okay, guys, here's a 10 times event, and like 2 seconds later, there's an announcement for it on Discord. So it's almost like what? Well, okay.
Or the patch notes or stuff like that.
Patch notes, especially. That's very frustrating to kind of get that stuff last second, because we end up answering so many questions about it, and we just don't have the information. Like, I'll find out in a minute here, I guess. Like, I'm not sure what it means, but I guess that's just part of that's just the new Plarium, on the other hand, like they're being a little bit more transparent about like at least what they're doing, right? Like we do still have those bi-weekly reports and notes so that we can, like they were talking about Thea. Thea's one of the Doom Tower rewards, right, for going through hard, and been very disappointing so far. Doesn't do quite the same damage people want. The hex is not like as effective as people are expecting. But they made note that there's more stuff coming down the pipe to make that more effective, and that it's not all taken in a vacuum. And so like, I don't know, basically they just told us to have patience, but like at least that's they're like, look, we see this, we're aware of it, we have plans to make that useful.
Like her kit on paper looks great, but when you actually take her for a run and try to test her damage, it's just not there. It feels disappointing for all that hard work of 3 months completing the Doom Tower, hard Doom Tower.
Yeah. Well, I went down the normal tree because I was super excited to get my hands on
Archmage.
The Archmage. Yeah, the Archmage is amazing. By the way, I have one.
I'll get him in when it's over, when the Doom Tower is over.
Yeah. Dude, he is so good. Like it's stupid. Like his stun ability is great. His turn, like the A3 is really good. I've been using him in. I've actually been using him in Dragon instead of my Siphi, because he puts up so many buffs. So I pair him with like Seer, right? And he puts up so many buffs. He's remarkably good. Like he just tops it all off. We go fast. He's got a great aura. He does all the fun things. He's really good, and then he does that stun thing. I have him with decent accuracy, but it's not like you need crazy accuracy because it's almost like a bonus ability. But he's great. He's been fabulous for me. But yeah,
seems like a solid combo, and it's like under a minute.
No, I'm not that fast. I think it's like 2 minutes, or like 1:30 or something like that.
All right.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of. It's just Seer doing work. It's the only negative with it, right? Yeah. But he's a good champion.
Yeah.
Does the stuff. But I'm really excited about the next one, Urost. I don't know about you, but that's the one I wanted from the jump.
Well, that's 3 months from now, so we'll see when the time comes. 3 months from now, it's what's gonna be, summer?
Yeah.
Till then,
May some point, I think, is when we'll be looking at it.
Yeah, it's summer here in 3 months from now.
Oh,
so.
Yeah.
I hope I have time to make videos, because if the whole COVID thing is out and we're back to where we were before, I'll be.
Oh God.
I'll be out and about for sure.
Yeah, you're like, I'm getting out. Can't constrain me.
Yeah.
Which one's Thea in? What is she?
Nice Revit.
Thank you. I always get these ones confused. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, she looks
Yeah,
amazing. Just
she looks great. Oh,
the kit just doesn't do it though.
yeah, and unfortunately, she does A2 straight out on auto, so it doesn't make sense to do A2 without Hex being on any of the enemies. So
Right.
I didn't do a video on her yet because I was trying to see where I can fit her in, maybe in a defense team, so that she maybe counterattacks, it applies Hex, and then once she gets the turn, she does that A2.
Does she not
And
do this ability right here?
yeah, well, yes, she does that, and then she immediately does A2.
And then she does this right here.
Yeah.
Got you. So you need to pair her with the Jizzo, is what I'm hearing. It sounds like.
Ah, yeah.
Right?
You can do that.
Thea and Jizzo, the new combination.
The
You guys
new
didn't
meta.
know. Yep, that sounds about right. That's a really yeah, that's unfortunate though. I remember reading her kit and I was like, well, it's kind of weird that the attack skills in AoE, but the hex skills a single target. It's gonna be a little hard. Although I imagine go on. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I like the fact that it's cannot be resisted debuff on her A1. So I like when I see that on an attack-based champion. It means you don't have to focus on that accuracy too much. So you don't waste. Yeah, you don't waste your stats.
Yeah.
I like that when they think of that.
That was my one issue with Astralon is that you really have to split the stats in order to be able to maximize
Split the stats for arena especially.
Yeah. Well, hey, Cobra, this has been awesome. I've been taking up a lot of your time with these ridiculous questions.
It's fine.
I have like a few extra ridiculous questions. I'm trying to. I wanna throw at you if you're down for it.
Should.
Okay.
Go for it.
All right. Yes. All right. So this is like I'm trying
trivia.
I'm trying. No, it's not trivia. It's not trivia. It's like it's like the weird off the wall questions. So I'm trying to do this kind of like raid chat thing where like maybe not every week, but I'm trying to do a little bit more consistently. I did one with Layla Fox Nation about 2 weeks ago, and now you are here. So okay. So ridiculous questions. This is kind of the same thing with Hell Haters, right? If you were a clan boss, or not a clan boss, if you were one of the bosses, any of the bosses, which one would you be?
I would say the Ice Golem, man.
Ooh, okay. Can you you extrapolate, like expand why?
Well, it's very basic. I am Cold Brew, so it's the Ice Golem. We kind of fit together, right?
That makes sense. I get that. Yeah, sure. That one was obvious. Okay, fair enough. All right. One of my favorite questions is if you could wear a one of the artifact sets in this game, not if you could, but as you go in life, which artifact set do you wear in this game? I guess it could be if you could choose an artifact set to wear, which one would it be?
I would say Relentless.
Oh, okay. All right. I can dig
Relentless
that.
because you always want to have a chance to go again.
Yeah.
With everything in life.
Yeah.
You always want to have a chance to go again with everything.
I'm not angry at that. That's a good response. That's like my favorite question because I think you get a completely different answer from every single person out there, and they kind of can take it a little different. If you which hero do you think which champion if one of the champions was you, which one would it be?
One of the champions was me. Well, Armiger aside, obviously, I would say Miscreant Monster.
Oh.
I just love that guy. I feel that if I could cosplay him, I would.
Wow. Okay. You guys heard it here first. Halloween edition Cold Brew is going as Miscreated Monster. It's done. Now you are committed to doing it.
Done.
You've promised it on the interwebs. It's now a thing. It's official. You have to do that.
Plarium has to invite us on a cosplay competition.
Dude, right?
At their offices.
We need to get a trip.
Yeah.
That definitely has to happen. Let's see. Do I have any other off the wall questions? I don't think I do. Do you have any questions for me?
What's your
You don't have
what's
to.
your embodiment? What?
You don't have to ask me questions. I just
No,
throwing it
no,
out
I
there.
want to ask you, who do you
Okay,
think
fair.
would be the Deadwood Jedi? Who do you think is the Deadwood Jedi from all the champions we have?
From all the champions we have,
Yeah.
that's a good question. Actually, I don't know that I've fully thought this out. Uh, I think I think maybe Vergis is probably the one. Um, Either Vergis, like these are two of my favorite champions, right? So
Right.
Vergis and Coronar, two of my favorite champions. They both
Coronar.
they both manipulate speed. They're both
Right.
defensive in nature, and they help protect their allies. Like they're tanky. They protect their
Nice.
allies. They manipulate speed. I think those definitely embody the Deadwood Jedi. Let's put it that way.
The
Um,
mindset.
yeah, exactly, exactly. For the content creator of me, right? I don't know about
Right.
me necessarily personally, but at least the content creator of me, I think those two embody me pretty well. So, well, okay, you guys got a bonus question out of that. Didn't expect to have that one coming at me. Well, cool, man. Cold Brew, this has been a pleasure, man. Thanks for coming on. This is awesome.
Thank you, man. I don't know how we didn't do this earlier, but yeah, it's we're always busy. It's
Uh,
our excuse, and it's a valid. It's not an excuse. It's a valid reason to be. Yeah, we're
Agreed.
doing this for the viewers,
Agreed.
and they
Agreed.
should click that like and subscribe button if they haven't already. If they're still here after
100%, you
watching.
guys should do that. Also, what everybody out there should do is definitely go by Cold Brew Gaming's YouTube channel and give him a subscribe, and check him out on Twitch. He's very fun to watch on Twitch too. So, thank you so much for coming on. I will have links to Cold Brew stuff down below in the comment and the description of this video. So make sure to check him out, guys. If you really, honestly, if you hadn't, he's great at this game. He provides really unique approaches to advancing, challenging stuff. If you're a free-to-play player, you're going to get a lot of benefits because he uses a lot of rare and uncommon champions. If you're an end-game player, you're going to get a lot of benefits because it's going to help you really think about how you use the champions that you do have in different ways. And there's, the approaches that he brings that works across accounts. It doesn't really matter what level you are. It's going to be very beneficial to you guys. So definitely check him out. Thanks again for coming on. And everyone, till next we meet, I'm the Deadwood Jedi.
And I'm Cold Brew.